Okay. Right. Hello, ladies and gents. Jump inside. Let's have a look. Do we have a registration? I do not believe we have one. We should have one. And now my sim has just frozen. Oh no, okay, of course track IR has just gone frozen for me. Yeah, okay. I have to restart the sim anyway. Okay. Alright. Right. Hello folks watching on YouTube after the fact. We're just restarting the sim, and we're going to be flying the Boeing 727-100 this evening on VATSIM. We're going to be leaving LAX, and we're going to be flying over to Denver, which is a flight I haven't actually done before, which surprises me because it's... I feel like that's a city pair that I should have done before in all my years of flying and so forth, but apparently not. So there's that. So let me just have to reset Volanta as well. In other news, I have a new headset. The headset in my previous live stream, which was the gliding 1,000 nautical mile live stream, you could tell that the audio was really canny or tinny, and that was essentially a problem with my old headset, which was probably 7 years old by that point, I think. So it had definitely done the mileage. And so I got a new headset here. This is a wireless headset. This is my first ever wireless headset, which is kind of fun. And I've made some tweaks to all of the levels and done some fancy things to the audio to try and make it sound good. Because if you listen to it in bass from the microphone, it's quite muffled and soft sounding, which is a bit sad. It's a bit disappointing. So I've pulled up the highs, the high frequencies. I've done some cuts, some the limiter, dynamics processing, that sort of stuff to try and make it sound a bit better. A bit more similar to my older microphone, so that it doesn't sound like such a weird sort of change in my voice. But there we go. So we're flying, as I say, today from LAX to Denver. It's going to be on VATSIM, and we currently have, I say currently, touching wood, we currently have VATSIM coverage the entire way, which should be good. And I've actually managed to find a non-RNAV SID and star for LAX and Denver, which is very rare. SIDs and stars that have all sorts of VORs used in its referencing, and so we should be able to hopefully fly out of LAX on a SID and into Denver on a star, all using VOR radials and DMEs. So that's going to be fun. And then in between, we are going to use the INS. It's not a horrendously long flight, so I can't imagine we'll collect too much INS drift, but I have been pensively considering the INS drift of the FSS 727, both the 200 and the 100. The INS drift is, feels to me a bit too much, like it becomes inaccurate too quickly, basically. Versus other representations of the CIVA-INS in Sims, P3D, etc., and other places. Hello, Ian. Good to see you. We're going to be, as I say, flying one of the three haulers. In my YouTube description, I mentioned that I have to say I'm a little bit salty that I haven't been given or been invited to be one of the pre-release YouTubers or live content creators for the Inibuilds L1011. I'm trying not to be too salty about the fact that I'm watching other live streamers. Like the majority, obviously, tens of thousands more subscribers than I have, which is fair. But some of them have less subscribers than me, so I'm just a bit mystified. As maybe I asked to be a pre-release content creator too late in the process, and they had already chosen all their people and locked in all the NDAs and all that sort of stuff, and they didn't want to onboard anyone else, and that's fine. So I just have to wait until release day like everyone else. So, but it has given me time to research the L1011 a bit more, which I'm happy to talk about in this live stream actually. Let me know in the chat, guys, how my audio levels are. I was doing some tests with this new microphone, and the audio levels seem to be okay on my end, but let me know just to confirm. Might tweak the sim sounds down ever so slightly. Right, ready to fly. Okay, let's get this bad boy on the road. Right, so we now have the registration should be correct for this aircraft. If I jump in the aircraft, yeah, November 701 uniform. So if I just pause track IR there and we go over to Volanta, we should be able to bring in... coincidence, I'm flying the L1011 right now, Sydney to Singapore and return. Nice, Ian. Are you flying the Captain Sim one? Which is still a very good representation of the L1011. Yeah. Is it the Dash 500 version, Ian? Because I'm assuming it would be. Yes, you see, Volanta's correctly got my aircraft. A-firm, okay. So you're flying the Dash 500 variant. I can't wait, really. I think it's an incredibly impressive aircraft. And, of course, the variant that you're flying, Ian, has the CIVA-INS versus the Inibuilds variant has the Lytton 71, I think it is, INS unit, which is a slight upgrade on the CIVA-INS. It's kind of the next iteration in INS technology, as far as I've learned so far. So that's going to be really interesting. Okay, so there is our flight plan, and you can see we do have the entirety of the flight plan in the current VATSIM coverage. Of course, usual VATSIM practice for me is as soon as I actually log in and get fired up, the VATSIM coverage just disappears. So there we go. Anyway, so that's UAL. We're flying United 341 from LAX to Denver, and let me just grab the Volanta overlay. Let's just reflush the code. There we go. So we should have up at the top now LAX to Denver and the various items there. So without much further ado, we are going to have to get set up, and we can talk about the CIVA in the 727. This is my second. I can't believe this is actually my second actual flight with the 727-100 on the YouTube channel. But time flies so quickly. So let me just get import flight into SimBrief. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I don't really need that apart from the approach plate, so I'm actually going to close that. Okay, so radar, that's that. I can actually get rid of that. I'm just deleting as many tabs as I possibly can. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, so little nav map. I always pull in the SimBrief flight plan from SimBrief into little nav map, and I use it. I use little nav map for flying aircraft such as this because you have such a good representation of the VORs, which of course for our SID we're going to be primarily using the VOR DMEs and radials to fly a correct SID. So that is important. Cruise levels 370 today. The Dash 100 can fly, or can cruise slightly higher on average than the Dash 200, simply because it's lighter. Usually does shorter sectors than the 200 would. So therefore, it can punch up to a higher cruise on average, but not much higher. I had a cold these last few days, so my voice is just recovering now, but it's still a bit deep. Right, so without much further ado, let's get the aircraft set up. Let's just make sure that I have sounds turned on. Yes, okay, so the sim is there, VPilot is there. Okay, that's fine for what it is. Let's bring up.
Pre-flight checklist started.
Okay, so we've got cones, chocks.
APU check.
Let's remove the cones. We are good there. No winglets. We are going options, CIVA-INS. The first thing we should probably do is get the CIVA-INS position set in, because the better we get for that.
Starting the APU.
UAL 341. And we are a Boeing 721. UAL 341. Correct, right? We're logging onto VATSIM. And also, another really fun thing about using a little nav map is when we zoom in to our aircraft position and right-click on our aircraft and go down to the bottom and go More, and then go Copy Lat and Long to Clipboard, we can then bring up a little text box. Let's just bring up the text, TXT, and Control V, and that is the lat and long that goes into the CIVA-INS position.
Brake set. Galley power on.
We could go to the Navigraph charts to find the accurate lat and long for our starting position, but I find that quicker.
Complete.
So okay, let's go position. On standby, let's go north, 3356.5, insert, and west is going to be 118.23.9, insert. Okay, we can now go align, and that is the unit's now going to start aligning that position, and we can see we're currently on 9.5. So what we can do, we can go to waypoint, and we're going to go to our first waypoint. Let's just start banging out these waypoints, make sure we get this, we're ahead of the curve. Our first waypoint...
bleed is open.
Thank you.
APU bleed is open.
Let's see. Our SID takes us to Tango Romeo Mike.
All packs are open.
Okay. So our SID takes us to Tango Romeo Mike, which
trip-off
is
warnings tested.
This VOR here. So this is going to be our first point of the... where is it?
Fuel
there it is. That's going to be the
closed.
first point of the route for us.
Fuel dump valve and transit lights tested.
INS speaking.
Fuel
There's
dump
not
nozzle
actually
and
that many
transit
points.
lights tested.
There's actually very few, so we're not
Fire
going
bell
to have
test
a big
completed.
issue here. So I'm just going to... I've got the latitude and longitude columns in little nav map up at the
Annunciator
front.
panel tested.
So I'm just going to be using these. I don't even need to...
Gyro nav compass source set to normal.
Excuse me, I don't even need to reference the SimBrief flight plan anymore to get the lat and longs of each waypoint, because they're all here. I've dragged them all from SimBrief into little nav map.
Throttle warning horn tested.
Okay, so that's north.
Fireball transfer
33,
switch set to left.
33.
checks
Oh, let's
complete.
clear that. North, 3337.6. Insert. West is 116. 09.6. Waypoint 2 is Avery, which is north 33, 45, and 1. Insert. West 115, 34, and 2. Insert. Waypoint 3 is Echo Echo Delta, which is a VOR, but we're gonna plan it on the INS. Is north 34, 45.9. Insert. West 114 decimal 28. 114.28.4. Insert. Waypoint 4 is Tango Bravo Charlie. North 36.07 decimal 2. Insert. West 111. 111 4 ones and a 6.1. Oh, interesting. And then waypoint 5 is one called Crud, and I believe that is that at the end. Yeah, that's the end of the flight plan. That's the technical end of the flight plan, and the star begins from there. So we're going to go to Crud. That's going to be 5 waypoints. That's a fairly short flight for me, but 37.45.0. Insert. West is 107.28.8. Insert. Okay, and that's it. That's the 5 waypoints. And then from then on, it's going to be VORs in use. So that's going to be a fun start as well. So let's just zoom in and recenter track IR. Okay, so the pre-flight checks have been done. The before-start checks can be done soon as well. But we won't do those quite yet. What we'll do is we'll get GSX to start loading everything on board. And we can start to think about life. Oh yes, so we want to go through to the pre-flight and then sync the load sheet, and we need to start those two. We'll start the boarding.
Requested.
United? Do we have United? No, we don't. Oh, next page. Oh, yes, we do. There we go. Oh, I should have chose, like, United 1970. That would have been fun. Okay, so... Now, as far as I'm aware, when I have GSX loading, that's simply cosmetic. That's not actually changing my weights and balances, because I have... auto GSX. Should be... off. There you go. GSX auto mode is off, which means that... the fact that GSX is loading is only a cosmetic thing. It's not actually changing any of my weights and balances. Okay, so here is the 727-100 in all her glory. I absolutely adore the 727-100. The length is perfect. It's this beautiful... It's this beautiful... It's this beautiful balance of proportion and elegance and everything, I find. Just having a look around here at LAX today. I'm kind of amazed that we live in such a day and age where I have... I can fly in and out of somewhere like LAX with smooth frames. I've never had smooth frames at LAX in my life. Just like Heathrow. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's United CRJ. Yeah, I've never ever had smooth frames at LAX in my life. So, there's another United across the way. How are the audio levels, guys, by the way? Let me know. What a shot there. That's a screenshot right there. Okay, so while we're doing that, what we really need to do is we need to file our flight plan with VATSIM and get that set. So while our passengers are onboarding, no, I'm going to do it through SimBrief, actually. Pre-file on a network, VATSIM. There you go. So it drags through all of our stuff. Equipment, transponder, what? ICAO. I'm getting all of this boarding music, which I'm not used to. I wonder if that's a GSX update or an FSS update. I'm not sure. Okay, so I need to have in my remarks field non-RNAV. And file flight plan. Okay, so with the flight plan filed, say that 3 times fast. Sorry, audio is good. Okay. Hello, Lobudu. Lobadudu 13. Hello, good to see you. Welcome folks who are here. Good to see you. Now let's just have a look. Okay, so yeah, that should update soon. Okay, so we've got ATIS on 133.8, so let's go and listen to ATIS. Let's get my VHF-1 on, make sure my 2 radios are on, and let's go 133.8.
Los Angeles Airport Information Golf. 1900 Zulu. Wind 259 Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 18. Dew point 14. Altimeter 3001. ILS runway 24 right. ILS runway 24 left. ILS runway 25 right. And ILS runway 25 left in use. Landing and departing runway 24 right. Runway 24 left, runway 25 right, and runway 25 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back. Hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Gulf.
Amended routing.
Los Angeles Airport Information Hotel. 1900 Zulu. Wind 259 Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 18. Dew point 14. Altimeter 3001.
Okay, so I've got the ACARS has been sent to me, and it's saying amended routing Orca 5. I'm gonna have to check Orca 5. I have a bad feeling they've given me an RNAV SID, because Orca 5 doesn't sound familiar to me. Star SIDS.
1900 Zulu. Wind 259 Visibility 10.
Yeah, they've given me an RNAV departure.
Clear.
That ain't happening, sorry.
Dew point 14. Altimeter 3001. ILS runway 24 right. ILS runway 24 left.
Right. Okay. Okay, so that's GSX. That's GSX almost finished. So that's information Golf. The altimeter is 3001, which we have set, and the departure runways are 24 left and right and 25 left and right. So nothing crazy there, but I do not like that ACARS. That ACARS has given me 6763. 6763. We can pop that in the box already. Said climb via SID except minimum. No. Cleared Orchid. Yeah, okay. LAX. We're going to want LAX tower. 29.5. $29.5 set. Okay, GSX is just clearing up the aircraft, and we can get ready to push fairly soon. Let me have a look. So, hello. So, FS weekend was as good as usual. Best bit was, of course, boarding the real KLM L049 and talking to former crew about their flights out to the Dutch East Indies. Wow, that's a treat, Ian. Wow. I tell you what, I mean, the chance to actually get on board the 049 and talk to crew that are still living about their experiences, that is rare. That is really cool. I'm quite envious of that. So great to learn about the 727. Are you going to flight in IFR conventional mode? Yes, we're going to be flying with the CIVA-INS, which is this unit down here. Why are we... Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, so we've still got a little bit of alignment yet to go. But not too much longer. Yes, we're going to be flying the conventional mode. On my YouTube channel, I only do non-GPS traditional flying in airliners like this with steam gauge cockpits and pre-GPS navigation. And then general aviation aircraft. That's pretty much what I cover on my YouTube channel. So I will be covering the new Inibuilds L1011 extensively on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be ripping out that GPS and flying it traditionally the old way, and learning how to do it properly the old way, in the old-fashioned ways. So that's what we're going to be doing. Right. I want to keep the momentum up here on this. So let me just go and have a look at what we've got. Okay. Right. Let's have a look at my... Okay, those are both finished. So the final weights and balances are on board. We can set our EPRs and trims and our takeoff speed bugs. We can go back here and we can probably remove the chocks as well. What we can do is we can say to GSX, prepare for pushback and departure, and that's gonna close up all of that stuff. That's gonna remove the jetway, and we can then begin thinking about talking to ATC. So we're on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Somebody's talking on COM 1, but I can't hear them. Oh, I know why. It's because my microphone settings... There we go. Apply.
Yeah.
There we go.
Charlie Kilo for...
Departure checks completed.
152 cross to right, Lanchile 602.
Is that too loud for you guys?
Lanchile 602, heavy will be Bravo Kilo. Bravo Kilo, Lanchile 602.
Qantas Air 11 Super, next time don't cross 24 left until it's given to you, sir. That's an active departure runway. You can taxi the gates via Delta Kilo.
There we go. Yeah, it's 6 decibel too loud. Yeah, I've just dropped it down. Hopefully, how does that sound to you now, Ian? So great to learn about the 727. Yeah, okay. Hopefully that sounds okay now. So.
China 1197 heavy, hold short runway 25 left at Foxtrot.
So start running the before start checks. Make sure that the seatbelts and no smokings are on.
Hydraulic A pumps are off.
We can.
Altimeter is set to 1-0-1-6.
Let's call for.
Nav, beacon, and logo lights set. Emergency exit lights armed. Window heat is on. Radios are on. Departure briefing is complete.
LAX
Logbook
Tower,
has been
good
checked.
afternoon. This is United 341
Alternate flaps off.
with Information Golf requesting IFR clearance as filed.
Stall warning tested.
United
Engine and wing anti-ice
341.
set to off.
I did send you a PDC, but there's an amendment to your flight plan. Advise and ready to copy.
Flight control shutoffs on.
Thank you. Do you mind if we fly as we originally stated, as we have selected non-RNAV SIDS and stars for United 341?
Anti-skid tested.
United
checked.
341, affirm. Can you disconnect, refile it, reconnect, and then I'll approve that. I didn't catch it. You're
Proximity warning
721.
system
My
checked.
apologies. We'll get you on that lax one.
No worries. I will disconnect, reconnect, and refile. Okay, thanks.
Airspeed warning checked. Yaw dampers on.
Okay, disconnect.
Throttle warning horn tested. Stabilizer
Reconnect.
Trim tested and set.
And refile.
Flight director checked. Boost pump 1 is on. Hydraulic B pump number 1 is on.
Beeline 1009, heavy, safe parking.
Fire control is checked.
Parking wherever you want it for the end.
Beeline?
Flight recorder checked.
Beeline Heavy? Who's that?
And Beeline 1009, heavy.
1009?
It's the Hotel Juliet,
DC power
Bravo Lima. You can take the gates on the left. Cross runway
power is
25
checked.
right at
Okay,
Lima.
it's
Or at
someone else.
Juliet.
Fine.
checked. Radio master is on.
Via
Shocks
Hotel
and cones
Juliet,
are removed.
and can you repeat the rest please?
Before start checklist complete.
Yeah, Beeline 1009, super. Taxi the gates via Hotel Lima, Bravo.
That's still
and
quite
then
loud.
Back on Lima and take the gates on the left. Cross 25 right at Lima.
Let's just turn that down slightly for you guys.
Lima, Bravo, back on
Negative
Lima,
6
crossing
decibel on
25
that.
Right at Lima, and gate left through Beeline 1009. Thank you.
Giant 1197 heavy, RNAV Hyper, wind 260 at 8, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
And United 341 back with you, requesting IFR clearance as filed.
Yeah, United 341, the previous flight plan didn't come in.
LA Tower, November 476, Papa Mike with you on the ILS 25 left.
Jet November 476, Papa Mike, LA Tower, wind 260 at 8, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear land 25 left, November 476, Papa Mike.
Giant 1197, contact center 126.525.
And hopefully that flight plans come through to you for United 341.
United 341, firm came through. You're cleared to Denver International Airport via the LAX 1 departure. Thermal transition, Tango Romeo Mike, then continuous. Filed climb via the 6, set maintain 5,000. Expect 370 within 5 minutes of your departure. Departure frequency is with center 126.525, squawk 6763.
That is cleared to Denver via the LAX 1 departure, along to the TRM VOR, and up to and maintain 5,000 feet, and then maintain flight level 370 after departure, and squawk 6763, United 341.
And United 341, I may have messaged you. Frequency is with center 126.525.
Center is 126.525, United 341.
United 341, read back correct. Push and start the L at your own discretion. Contact me when you're ready for taxi. Face south, expect runway 25 right for departure.
Expect 25 right for departure, push and start, own discretion, and call for taxi. United 341, thanks. Now, I think he said 25, yeah, 25 right. 25 right for departure, face south. Okay, cool, so we've got push and start instructions. He's given us my SID and star, which is good. And so our initial climb is up to 5,000 feet. We're gonna set 5,000 in the box. We're going to get some lights on. I like to get these instrument lights on even in the middle of the daytime because I find in the 727 they're a little bit... It's just nice to have them highlighted.
All aircraft on the ground in the air at LA. Information Bravo is now current. Wind 260 at 9. Altimeter 29er, 9er. November 476 Papa Mike. Wind now 260 at 9. Runway 25 left. Clear to land.
Clear to land.
29er, 9er. 2999 cross-checked. Okay, so with all of that being done, let's go check. We've got 25 on the thingamajiggy. I've got my correct squawkers in. maybe I shouldn't turn on the transponder right this minute actually. And we're all pretty much ready to go, ready to roll with that. Let us actually. Pull up our Navigraph charts, and we go clacks. Yes. Oh, I don't know why this happens. I don't know why this happens. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull up our Navigraph app to reference our SID, which is fine. LAX 1 departure. So the LAX 1 departure we have is coming out of blasting out of 25 right, 25 left, yeah, 25 right. We initially do a heading change to 221 after departure. Turn mandatory for ATC separation. So after departure, we immediately turn 221 on the SID, and then he'll give us vectors. I believe he should give us vectors inbound to Seal Beach, and then from Seal Beach we go onwards to Hemet, and then from Hemet to Thermal, and TRM is the beginning of our INS course. We do have various VOR radials and distances to kind of cross-check our positioning along these areas, but we should have, so for our runways 25 right, if not in contact with departure control within 5 minutes after departure, turn left heading 080, climb to flight level 230 or filed altitude, whichever is lower, and when able, proceed direct filed or as side route. Aircraft filed 240 and above, maintain 230 for 5 minutes, then climb. Okay. That's for lost comms. I ain't touching that. Okay, so for 25 right, climb on heading 251. Which is essentially runway heading. 251 to cross SMO radial 160 at or below 3000, then turn left on heading 221. Expect radar vectors to assign route fix transition. Okay, so yeah, expect radar vectors from here to Seal Beach, right? And he's saying we should turn off of our runway heading onto 221 as we pass over the 160 radial of Santa Monica. So we need Santa Monica and we need Seal Beach. Those are the first two VORs, and then we'll need TRM. But Santa Monica and Seal Beach are the two VORs. Looking at that SID right there that we're going to need to put in first. So let's go down here, and in the nav boxes, we're going to want to have Santa Monica's, which is 110.8. So let's put 110.8 in the first box, and in the second box we can then put Seal Beach, which is 15.7, which is 15.7 set, and both are set to norm, and both switches are set to those two actives. So what we should do is we should come down here and have a look. We are on nav. We don't currently have any VOR frequencies, but we are on the ground. I would expect potentially that's because we are out of range. We're out of line of sight of the frequency of that, but that could be wrong. That could just be a bit weird. But so we want to set this to radial of 160 degrees. And that is the bar that we cross, and then we turn to 221. So, like so, and then the runway heading, I believe the runway heading for 25 right is 252. Let's set 252 in the box on the heading, which is about, well, it's about what we're looking at right now. So that's 25, about there. Okay, the INS is almost aligned, so we're almost ready to push and start. Yeah, so the aircraft is ready to go.
LA Tower, push and start on the Kilo Blue, face south, expect runway 25 right for departure.
Tug is attached, and everyone's...
Cathay 883, my apologies, push and start
There
on
we go,
Kilo
let's go
Blue,
nav.
face north, expect runway 24 left for departure.
Beacon is on, let's push. We want to go nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear.
Okay, let's do the
Start at
engine
wheel.
start. So let's get engine, the center engine going first. So we come down here and look at N2. Once N2 hits 10%, we can introduce fuel, which is right there. Introduce our fuel.
November 290 Charlie.
N1
LA
is beginning.
Tower, hello, you keep keying up your mic, no transmission coming through.
EXH is coming up. Exhaust gas. Once we hit 40% N2, the igniter should switch off, and then we can begin
883.
the next engine.
Heavy, no worries. Just contact me when you're ready to go.
Okay, start the process again on N2 for number 3. Is 10%. There we go. Fuel flow should begin in a few seconds here.
Set parking brakes.
Park brake set. Yes, I did. It's starting as it should. 40%. Starting engine 1. And this is all being
Unlocking gear.
started off the APU. 10% on N2. There we go. Introduce fuel. I can't wait for the L1011. It's going to be so cool to have a 3-engined aircraft of that caliber
Bypass pin removed.
to contrast and to complement my
Left is
flying the
clear.
727.
Right
It's
is
going to be
clear.
fantastic. I can't wait. Pushback tug is being pushed back. And as the second engine comes up and the ignition clicks off, we can then do the after start flow with my
After start checks.
first officer. That's happening there.
All packs are open.
He's going to give me taxi, what is this? Charlie 6. Probably Charlie 6 to Golf. Charlie 6, no, Charlie 6 Bravo. Yeah, he's probably going to give me Charlie 6 Bravo.
DC power, check. Boost pumps, all on. Hydraulic A pumps, on.
Just have a look at the taxi chart for the airport. There we go.
Emergency exit lights armed.
Okay, so
Is on.
things coming along.
Gyro nav.
So we
Control shutoffs.
get our taxi light on now.
Anti-skid checked and off. Comparators checked.
Okay, 883 Henry, you're ready for pushback again.
Ground
Got the
proximity warning
883
system
heavy push and
checked.
start on a kilo through face north, expect runway
instruments
24
all
left for
on
departure.
Pushback got approved, taking off onto Kilo.
Airspeed warning checked. Yaw dampers on.
Total air temperatures well above 10 degrees, so we don't need anti-ice.
Flight director checked.
Los Angeles Tower, number 05 Alpha, visual 25 left.
We should have an aircraft passing left or right.
November 8052 Alpha, LA Tower, wind 260 at 9,
Taxi
runway
checks.
25
Taxi checks.
left, clear to land.
While he's getting
Runway
clearance to land.
25 left,
Taxi lights are
platform.
on.
LAX Tower, United
Flaps
341,
15
requesting taxi.
United
EPR
341
is set to
verify
0
spark normal.
decimal 0. Trim is set to 0 decimal 1 0. Probe heat on.
United 341, altimeter 2999, runway 25 right, taxi via Bravo.
Runway 25
Taxi checks are
right, taxi via Bravo, and the altimeter's 2999 for United 341, thanks. Okay, so he's given me taxi via Bravo, which is pretty simple. Taxi checklist is done, so let's pop off the brakes now and pump up those beautiful engines and get rolling. It's such a beautiful aircraft, this is. I am genuinely in love with this. Like I say, it's such a beautiful aircraft to fly. VATSIM is an added pressure, but once you get used to this aircraft and its ways and its flows, and with the auto flight engineer, the crew management, it really is. It's a lot easier than people think.
United 341, continue your taxi and stay with me on this frequency. Attention all aircraft on the ground at LA. Ground is now online. Contact ground 121.75 for any type of taxis or clearance or questions. Talk to you guys soon.
Okay, so he's told me to stay with him. Excuse me. Oh, my voice is still not 100%. So I'm gonna have to just take it easy there on the voice. Right, I also need to grab the next frequency after Tower, which is going to be LAX Center, which, as he gave me earlier, is 126.525. Let's just make sure that's in the box. Let's go. 126.525. Hopefully. Hopefully that should work. So yeah. Oh, no, didn't mean to hit that button. Sorry. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of everything now. There we go. How are we all doing in the chat? Hopefully we're doing okay. Let's bring the heading control up and let's get 10 degrees nose up. And there's the aircraft coming in that we heard earlier on. Now the 727, it taxis. It's a hot taxiing machine. You only need to bump it that first bump out of its stationary position. Before you essentially are then rolling without the need to use the engines anymore. The engines at idle thrust essentially will keep the aircraft rolling plenty. And so really, actually, what you need to do is...
And Airbus 52 Alpha, welcome to LA.
What you need to
Exit
do is
left. You can
tap the
taxi
brakes.
into the ramp via Alpha, monitor ground on 121.75.
Left and Alpha, and taxi to the ramp via Alpha, monitor.
Okay,
ground.
we're happy to
That's
take
all,
off on the Foxtrot intersection. Oh, well, he did say Bravo, but I am technically. I mean, it's only one small intersection less. Let me just double check my frequencies. 15.7. Yeah, 15.7 and 110.8. Yeah, okay. Those frequencies should be fine. I'm still not getting anything in the boxes. And I do have VORs turned on both sides. So I hope that they should work once I get off the ground. I'm not on GPS. So
United 341, taxi full length, runway 25 right.
oh, apologies, taxi full length, United 341. Okay, he wants to be like, up you go, up you go. I was just about to call him as well. What a beautiful aircraft, though. Just look at that aircraft. I'm gonna take another screenshot. It is a thing of beauty.
United 341, wind 260 at 9, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 25 right, United 341.
Before takeoff checks started.
LA Tower, hello, Lufthansa 658, heavy fully established,
Motor brake
ILS
is
2
set
pass
to
left.
RTO. Ignition set to continuous.
Lufthansa 658 heavy, LA
Essential
Tower,
power
wind
is on
260 at 9,
generator 3.
runway 25 left, cleared
Anti-skid
to land.
on.
Oh, clear to land on 25 left.
25 left, Lufthansa 658.
Landing lights on. Taxi lights off.
Okay,
Transponder is
I'm not
on.
going to look at the chat box for a
is
while
off.
here.
Boost pumps all on.
Okay, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut so you guys can listen to this.
Air condition checked and set. Pack trip set to normal. Pressure switch on flight mode.
Come on.
Before takeoff checks complete.
Okay. And full power, takeoff. Right. And EPR is set. Power set. Airspeed live. 80 knots.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. There's the VOR.
United 341, contact center 126.525, thanks for flying.
126525, thank you very much, United 341.
Papa LA Center, you're cleared from McClellan Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect 12,500 after departure. Squawk 5321.
Clear to McClellan, climbing 7,005 minutes after departure. We can expect flight level 12, correction 12,000 feet, and squawk 5321, November 775, Lima Papa.
November 5, Lima Papa, readback is correct. 35 right for departure, call ready for taxi.
Is it possible to use 31 left for departure, 5 Lima Papa?
Sure, no problem, expect 3 on left.
Thank you, we'll go for the taxi, 5 Lima Papa.
And center, hello, United 341 out of LAX, LAX 1 departure, passing 2,100 feet.
United 341, LA Center, welcome, climb maintain 13,000.
Climb maintain 13,000, United 341.
Walker 990, cross runways 19 left, 19 right on Bravo, then hotel to the ramp, yes, go on.
Alright, cross 19 left and 19 right on Bravo, hotel to the ramp. Thanks for
Okay,
the
flaps
HC,
are up
Walker
after
990.
takeoff checklist. Let's go.
Problem Reckon 1824, your radar contact for altitude.
Ignition is off.
Reckon 1824, thanks, climb
Landing
maintain
gear
flight level
is set to
20.
off.
1824. Center 1, LA Center.
Hydraulic system B, pump 1
Yes,
is
I won't
off.
go.
After takeoff checks.
Center 1
complete.
recycles transponder, squawk 5322.
5222, no one.
United 341, turn left heading 180.
Left 180, United 341.
Southwest 2530, runway 26 left, clear to land. Clear to land, 26 left, Southwest 2530, get a wind check. The Vegas wind 2001 gust 25.
Okay, now we need to transition over to our Seal Beach, 15-7.
Landing. Wonderful.
American 3227, LA Center, welcome, climb maintain 10,000, speed 230 or less.
Climb and maintain 10,000 and 230 or less, so they do things.
LA Center, FedEx 1450, expect climb to flight level 380, final.
FedEx calling, I think you might be a little ways outside my airspace here. You were coming in a little fuzzy there. What's your position?
Roughly 50 roundabouts east of the
Oh, FedEx 1413, yes, you're shortly leaving my airspace over to Oakland Radio, so you can go back to advisory of the M9 flight.
That's it, here, look to the right of it, FedEx 1415.
Air 525 with Whiskey Tango must left out on line, frequency change approved, you have the rest of your flight. A-firm 5 Whiskey Tango must left on offline, frequency change with advisory approved, yes, go on. Spirit Wing 6672 descent via the Hollywood 1 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 29908.
Hollywood 1 arrival, altimeter 2998, Fairway 6672.
Scandinavian 251, turn right direct Sierra Lima, India. United 341, turn left heading 090.
Sierra Lima.
Left heading 090, United 341.
Sun Country 421, the contact with tower 120.95, we'll see.
2095, Sun Country 421.
There are two aircraft calling there, first to Southwest. Roger, and United 1821, you calling?
Firm.
United 1821, LA Center, radar contact, climb maintain 13,000.
13,000,
Southwest 3574, Vegas altimeter 29906, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie.
2996, 26 right via Charlie.
That's 13,000.
United 341, when able, proceed direct thermal.
I say again, 341.
United 341, when able, proceed direct thermal, Tango Romeo Mike.
Proceed direct, Tango Romeo Mike, United 341.
And here, climb maintain flight level 370.
And climb and maintain flight level 370 for United 341. Okay, let's do the waypoint change first. Let's go 0, 1,
United
insert.
1821, turn left, left turn direct clip.
Left direct clip for United.
And let's go up to 370.
3227, you can increase speed 250 knots or less.
370 set.
250 left.
Let's go into...
Southwest 2530, roger, turn left, heading
Okay, so let's go...
maintain 7,000.
desired track is 89. We are on aux nav. Nav. There we go.
Scandinavian 251, LE altimeter 2999, expect vectors for visual approach runway 25 left.
Scandinavian 251, could I have that in text, please?
Okay, we're climbing with IAS hold. And we've been given standard barometric pressure.
Climb maintain flight level 340.
122 1013 set and cross checked. Passing 6,800.
You're at 18,
now.
Climb maintain flight level 390.
390, United.
Okay, I would call that a pretty slick departure. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. Compared to how compared to how bad some of my departures go, I'm very happy with that. So,
affirm if you can.
we are now on INS navigation. It's as simple as that.
And American 1824, turn right direct 8.
Let's go have a look at my... Yep, everyone in the chat seems to be going okay.
4345, stay mark.
0.74, frontier flight 4345.
Frontier flight 4345, roger. Just maintain 74 or less.
74 or less, frontier flight 4345.
And Delta 3847, Mach 75 or less.
Mach 75 or less at the 3847.
So, let me just tweak down some settings so I can talk to you guys.
1720 LA Center, radar contact, welcome on board.
Okay, folks, so this flight for me this evening is just a kind of well, flying the 727 for a number of months has been training for me to get myself into the mindset for flying things like the upcoming L1011, the A300B4, and the 747-100 with its various INS configurations. Some of the research I've been doing into the L1011 history,
178, runway 26.
I can share with you here.
Delta 2530, turn left heading 08.
If I bring up the INI manager for... Oh, don't want to crash the sim.
Delta 2530, turn left heading 080, vectors for visual approach, runway 26 left. 080, vectors for visual.
Okay. If I bring up the INI manager, it's lagging a bit because there's so much else going on. If I go liveries, we've got the L1011 liveries already.
Southwest 3574, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
And what I want to go through is what are historical liveries and what are not historical liveries for specifically the Dash 500 version, right? So, Royal Air Force, this one is historic. The Court Line liveries are not for the 500. United livery is, that is a historic livery. The TWA is not. The TAP livery is. The two Saudi liveries are historic, except the only issue with the Saudi liveries is that, sadly, the Saudi Arabian only ever flew the Dash 500 variants for government charter flights, not line flights. So there is no historical evidence for Saudi Arabian doing passenger line flights, standard line flights for passengers. Only ad hoc charter flights. The earlier variants of the L1011 Saudi had and did use extensively. Royal Jordanian did use the 500, and they used the Dash 500 version extensively. So there's a lot of very interesting routes that Royal Jordanian have for the 500. So that's going to be interesting. PSA did not fly the 500 variant, so sadly that's fictional livery. The Pan Am livery, yes, good. That is a historic livery. Nova Air, or Novair, that is a historic livery. Northrop Grumman is not. The LTU is a historic livery. Las Vegas Corp is. Hua Bora is.
San Diego, please.
Hawaiian, sadly, is not. Gulf Air, sadly, is not.
Big Stripe 1190 LA.
Euro Atlantic is. Very sadly, both the Eastern Airlines never flew the 500 variant. It flew the previous variant. Delta, yes, thankfully. Cathay Pacific, sadly not. The British Airways liveries, yes. So there's a number of them. I've not installed all of them because I don't like duplicate. I don't need duplicate liveries. But the British Airways ones are ATA, yes. Sadly, the ANA livery is both the ANA liveries are fictional. This All Nippon livery looks so beautiful, but unfortunately it's fictional. Air Transat is historic. Air Lanka is. Air India is. Air Canada, thankfully, is. But sadly, Aer Lingus did not fly the 500 variant either. So that's all the current liveries as of launch day, whenever that will be. A few more days. I also want to bring out something else I've been working on.
Number 5, Lima Papa, runway 31 left, taxi Echo.
Echo to 31 left, low, number 5, no Papa.
So I'm going to bring this out now.
1, maintain Mach 75 or less.
Mach 75 or less.
Alaska 295, ready contact, boss.
So this is something I'm planning on sharing with the community. This, hello Elsinore, good to see you. Charlie, hello, have you flown the MD-11? No, I haven't.
Runway 26 left at Alpha 7 request to activate.
I haven't got the MD-11. So this is a project I've been working on for a while. This is a visualizer for vintage airline routes with specific airframes. So this is specifically for the Anybuild L1011-500 routes, and these are all the routes I've been able to find and verify. So if I tick United Airlines, you can see the ones I found so far. These are all the United Airline routes to the different places, and you can see all the airports I have ICAO codes. And if you zoom in, you'll see that I have those counters perfectly aligned over the airports that you should be using. And you can move your cursor over the should be able to move the cursor over the line and click, and it will bring up that line. That's United 858, and it's from something Japan to Shanghai. Kai-Tak, yeah, Kai-Tak is there, my man. There you go, Kai-Tak. VHHH. That is United flew the L1011-500 into Kai Tak
Scandinavian 251 descend.
from Hawaii, from Honolulu.
3000.
You see?
Stand and maintain 3000.
So what this is basically just a visualizer. It's a graphical visualizer for all the vintage routes for the L1011-500 that I can find. So that's United Airlines. You can look. I spent some time doing TAP, Portugal. And you can go into all of these different routes and pull up the information. Yeah, checkerboard approach for the win. That's TAP Air Portugal. You can go Saudi Arabian. Saudi Arabian, unfortunately, has none. And you can see I've actually given a little bit of information there for Saudi Arabian. Royal Jordanian. This is what I was saying for Royal Jordanian. They had an absolute butt ton of flights in and out of Queen Alia.
2530, turn left heading 340.
Some of them very long routes, like you've got this one here down to Jakarta non-stop from Jordan. That's going to be a long one. I don't. The planned block time is not correct, but anyway. So that's. I spent most this afternoon tweaking this. But the plan is to add all of the airlines into that list that we have liveries currently for, and then be able to provide for the community a visual representation of all of the historical routes that we know. And I plan on doing this for the. Boeing 747-100 also when that launches.
3227 field. Sorry, field at your about 11 o'clock, 20 miles before the site.
So that's the plan for. Oh crap!
Market 3227, center maintain 3000. Let me know once you have it.
Did not want that to happen.
There are 5 lanes off runway 3 and left clear for takeoff.
Blocked.
There are 5 lanes Papa runway 3, 1 left clear for takeoff.
Nobody saw that.
Takeoff 31 left, November 5 Lima Papa.
Southwest 3574, go with your request.
Southwest 3574 requesting the Cloud 1 arrival.
I came in late. Is there a launch Delta delivery? Yes, there is, Alisanor. I'll pull that up for you again.
3571. After that, proceed direct golf to
There is very much a Delta livery for you, my man.
Direct golf to the OR, then direct to Cloud 1, Southwest 3574.
Okay, let me just pull that up and just double check. Okay, Alt has armed. We are good.
American 1824 descend via the Angel 4 arrival. Except
what are we doing? Desired track, distance time, 16 nautical miles. Okay, auto throttle is throttling back. Okay, so here we go. Here are the liveries already out and ready to install. You can pre-install them before the aircraft's actually released. There you go, Delta, November 755 Delta Lima. There's your Delta livery, very beautiful livery.
LA Center, hello, American 2388, we're climbing for 5,000 at 23,000 feet.
American 2388, LA Center, radar contact, climbing tape 13,000.
So, I went through which ones were historical and which ones were fictional, and
American 3227, thank you. Cleared visual approach, runway 25 left.
And I just was showing off a sneak peek of my handy tool to visually show all the historic routes. Well, I haven't added all of. Excuse me, I haven't added all of them yet, but I will make a separate video about that project soon when the L1011 launches.
Skyline 251, turn left, heading 070, climb maintain 4,000.
Please send that on text.
Okay, we should.
Listen, if you want to be a text pilot, you gotta be a text pilot, but you got you.
Yeah, yep. So the alert light, we're within 2 nautical miles of the waypoint.
Frontier flight 4345.
And we should have a left-hand turn coming in soon here. Any second now. And new heading is 075.
Arrival, the Ontario altimeter 29908.
Set.
Market 3227, contact Valley Tower 120.905.
120.905. Actually, I'm not sure if it was divided.
Market 2388, turn left, turn direct.
What a beautiful aircraft.
Direct Clipper 2388.
Pack Valley 8696, cross Quang at or above 2,800 at Quang, cleared GPS runway 25 approach.
So, yeah, I'm in the middle of amalgamating as much information about L1011-500 routes, historical passenger routes from all the different airlines that flew the 500 into one big graphical document. And then I will share a link to that Google Maps file on a video coming soon that I'll explain more, and I'll go through that app again. And I'll also be releasing apps like that again for the 747 and the 747-100. So. And probably the A300B4. So.
Palm Beach.
Great sound, class.
LA Center Southwest 2764 is 360.
Southwest 2764, LA Center, welcome.
Okay, so what we need to start doing is already prepping for the
Juliet Bravo request IFR to Santa Barbara with the local weather.
Where are you?
Santa Barbara request IFR to Santa Monica, sorry. Yeah.
Roger that. American 2388, climb maintain flight level 290.
290, 2388.
American 1824 at Circus, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
At Circus cleared, 25 left, 1824.
Spirit wing 6672, you're pretty high for where you are on the approach. You going to be able to make that?
I can make it. My equipment is disconnecting, connecting again, so that's causing me problems.
Roger that. November 5 Lima Papa, ready to contact altitude.
7,000 feet, fly Nova Papa.
November 5 Lima Papa, climb maintain 12,000.
12,000, November 5 Nova Papa.
American 440, descend via the Rockstar 4 arrival, 26 left transition.
It's another Richter 4 arrival, 26 left transition for American 440.
Okay, so we're coming in on Hickey.
72, will you be able to make the transition at CIVA?
Hickey is our first waypoint of the star.
I can make it.
And we need to begin descent just before Hickey.
6672, roger, in that case, keep up the speed, please.
So at Hickey, let's have a look.
Delta 42, you can expect runway 25 left. Delta 42. United 314, Denver's all frequency change approved. Good rest of your flight.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, United 314.
Southwest 2530, welcome to Vegas, cross runway 26 right, straight ahead to the ramp. You have to go.
Cross 26 right, straight ahead.
042 on the course now.
Caleb 1720, climb maintain flight level 370. Southwest 3574, cross cloud at 1,250 knots, Palm Springs altimeter 29901.
Okay, so where were we? So let's just have a look at the star. LARX 3 arrival. Southwest arrival gate, routing
3574, cross cloud at 1,250
from over LARX on our FQF radial 220 to FQF VOR. Expect radar vectors to the final approach course.
3574, Lake Center.
3574, not 34.
Southwest 3574, cross cloud at 1,250 knots, altimeter.
Right, let me just double check who is the next. Of course the ATC for our arrival has gone. Classic. But we're gonna follow. We're gonna follow the star. We're gonna follow the star just as we were going to before.
Singapore 37.
Sadly, we're going to not have
Not sure what's going on.
ATC for approach. It looks like.
Climb maintain 13,000.
Climb and maintain for level 1,000.
So.
Singapore 37, left breathing in the mic, more turning left heading 250, please.
7250, Singapore 37.
Southwest 2761, descend via the Chow 4, arrival runway 26, left transition, altimeter 2996.
Alright, Chow 2, arrival, 26 left transition, Southwest 2974.
Okay, so the Falcon VOR
72, descend via
is the radial that we're all coming down from Hickey. That radial 040 inbound to radial 220.
LA Big Shape 1190.
Good.
Could we just have an update on that clearance?
So Hickey is distance 86.7 nautical miles.
The Limburg Airport's radar vector Santa Monica as filed. Climb maintain 5,000, expect 9,000, 5 minutes after, squawk 472.
So, and at Hickey...
Okay, we're cleared to Limburg. Radar vectors...
He's
Santa
loud.
Monica, then as filed. Maintain 5,000.
He is loud.
5 minutes after departure.
Goodness
squawk
sake.
4725.
This is one of the issues with VATSIM. The volumes are always so hard to hit.
Your discretion, call me ready for for takeoff, sorry.
So there doesn't seem to be any altitude constraint for Hickey.
Santa Monica, altimeter 29.
But
2999 error.
there is 17 to 15.6
runway 25, clear to land.
for Taro,
Clear to land 25, Pac Valley.
which means we need to begin descending before Hickey to be at least 17,000 at Taro, 16,200 to Murph, and then 15,000 up, a limit of 15,000 into Larks, 4,000 to Paid, and then 14,400 to Huge, 14,400 into Falcon. So
American 1824 traffic at your 11 o'clock. Spirit Wings A321 at 15,000.
I see. So contour intervals 15, 13, 11, 9, 0. That's 7,000. Okay, so that's 7,000, 9,000. I see. So actually, you're coming over the terrain there. That's very high terrain, which is why it's saying don't be below 14,400.
Sorry, who's requesting 250?
If I got that right,
Sure, I can make that
that's very high. That's high. Oh, I see. So that's 9,000. Okay, so that's like around the altitude. The ground is about 9,000 feet. There. That's not too bad. I can see, right? So 14,400. Right. Just getting a feel for the terrain elevation there on the chart.
Papa, the Palomar altimeter 2997. Do you have an approach request?
We would like to proceed with the ILS runway 24 via Oceanside transition 5 Lima Papa.
Roger.
So from Crud, we actually need to put Hickey in as a waypoint. I am actually going to do that. Let me actually add Hickey as a 6th waypoint because we don't actually have that.
71 LA Center, welcome. Singapore 37, turn right direct to Mike, Quebec, Oscar, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Just go and have a look at Hickey. There it is. Okay, so let's pop that in. November. So it's north 3846. 3846. Decimal 3. Insert. And west is 106. Is 106.03 decimal 4.
324 LA Center, welcome.
Insert. Okay.
Here.
Yeah, sorry, I was just waiting for a good time to call in. We are here climbing via the Orca 5 departure.
American 443, just to be sure, tower clears via SID, except maintain 5,000. Make sure to level off next time. Climb maintain 13,000, please.
Climb maintain 13,000, American 443.
Delta 42 Heavy at Tornado, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
Okay, we're doing well. Ground speed is 504 knots. We're holding 370.
Delta 42 at Tornado, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
Things are going well so far.
American 440 at Prino, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 26 left approach.
And we have a 31 knot tailwind.
Cleared Zulu, runway 26 left approach for American 440.
Delta 42 LA Center.
Delta 42.
Delta 42 at Tornado, cleared ILS, runway 25 left approach.
At Tornado with the ILS 35 left, Delta 42.
Denver is high.
443, the tower clears you up to 5,000 and the Clipper is a vector departure. Please study your departure plates, please. Proceed direct keg, please. Climb, maintain flight level 370.
Climb maintain flight level 370. Sorry about that. We were having issues with our autopilot. We'll make sure to do better next time.
American 443, proceed direct keg.
We'll proceed direct keg, American 443.
Look at that beautiful machine.
Delta 771, you were coming in a bit broken there, say again.
We just have a bit Delta 771.
Delta 771, go ahead.
And Delta 77.
Okay, so we want Falcon 16-3 in the box.
771, Roger. When I give you descent clearance, sir, for the down the line, just remind me.
So 16-3, we can pop in the box. Oh, crap. I've just gone and tweaked the wrong thing. That's my frequency, which needs to go back to 126.525. There it is.
Spirit Wing 6672
Stupid
tower,
me.
120.905, yeah.
I wanted to go to 16-3.
Southwest 3574 Merck, cleared ILS, correction, RNAV Yankee, runway 3 on left approach.
There it is. 16-3 in nav 1. And the we'll sort out the radial when we get there.
Welcome. Turn left heading 230, climb maintain 13,000.
Left heading 230, climb maintain 13,000.
Southwest 3574 at Merck, cleared RNAV Yankee, runway 3 on left approach.
We're going to see a bit of a turn here with the INS. The INS makes a course change. Mr. Anderson himself. That's a brilliant name. Awesome live stream, Peter. Sorry, sorry you got left out of the L1011. Always happy to see the gorgeous 727s out cruising around. Look at that. Look at that. You can't say no to that. It's the Dash 100 version is the perfect proportions. They've just nailed the proportions. The engines, the wings, the fuselage length.
324, Oakland Alpha 160 cruise, yeah.
When I look at the Dash 100, it just looks perfect. The Dash 200 727, the fuselage is too long. But this is perfect. Look at that. Yeah.
Market 635, cross Hog, maintain flight level 250.
If only Flight Sim Studios would polish their CIVA-INS code. Because the CIVA-INS in this is not perfect. It lacks position updating, and it lacks it lacks both options for position updating. When trying to do position updating, you should be able to press the hold button when you come over a waypoint, like a VOR, and if you press the hold button, it will automatically update and refresh its position. And also, you can do DME position updates, but you can't do it in the unit at the moment because it's bugged. So We kind of have half of a CIVA-INS in this aircraft at the moment, in my opinion. And it doesn't seem like too many other people in the community really have even noticed, it seems. So, but I've logged a ticket on the FSS forums, etc. So,
696, welcome to Santa Barbara, cross runways 15 right, 15 left, taxi your
yeah, it's just cinema right there.
Cross
Yeah.
runways 15 right, 15 left, taxi my discretion. Pac Valley 8696. Thanks a lot.
I think every now and then I get bots in the chat who just come and post some sort of random URL link or something.
Fair, 1 heavy at
But
cleared ILS runway 25.
I just deleted it, so. Look at that.
November 813 Juliet Bravo.
Look at that.
Ready to copy.
Guys.
Ready to copy. 3 Juliet Bravo.
November 813 Juliet Bravo, cleared to the Santa Monica Airport, Clank 6 departure, heater transition as filed. Climb and maintain 3000, expect 15,000, 5 minutes after departure, squawk 5365.
Cleared to the Santa Monica, the Klein 6, 3000 and expect 15,000, 10 minutes after, and squawk 5365. 3 Juliet Bravo.
3 Juliet Bravo, read back correct, call ready for taxi. JetBlue 272, climb and maintain, flight level 290.
Climb 290, JetBlue 272.
Market 625, Albuquerque's off, frequency change cruise, yep.
Okay, we're frequency change for American 625 up to.
And Alexander speed, silver speed 75. We are having permission Lima and we're holding short of a hotel road taxi 19, right?
And all aircraft standby, I'm dealing with a controller change here.
Oh, controller change. Interesting. I've debated getting the super, the 27 Super and 27 100 as well.
3 Juliet Bravo.
You managed to get a VOR accuracy update happening on the 200. Apparently, the holdover fly function is in-op in the FSS 727, 200 and 100. That's what I've heard. It's basically just in-op. But I'm interested to hear that you managed to actually get a DME update for the INS in the 200. Because in the 100 it simply doesn't work for me, and there was a time when it didn't work in the 200 either. So I need to do more testing, but like I've only got so many hours in the day, so.
18.05, that's a 38 for testing.
Yeah, then at 1, SoCal approach, 128.05. Yep, Delta 42, SoCal approach, 128.05.
July 05, Delta 42, good afternoon.
Southwest 3574, SoCal, 128.05, yep.
Oh, that's a shot. Look at that.
November 5, leave Papa, SoCal approach, 128.05.
128.05, thank you, flying off.
The only issue with the heat blur in MSFS, the heat blur, the waves of the heat blur make it look like you're going about 10 miles an hour.
SoCal approach is now online. You can contact them on 128.05.
Yeah, the actual heat blur waves way too slowly for the speed that we're going.
75 LA Center runway 1 out of running.
It should be like just a pure blur, a pure blur stream, not like a wavy blur. The wavy thing only happens if heat is moving at a much slower speed. If I'm describing that correctly, I hope that makes sense.
440 wind 2001 goes 2 box runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear land to the American 440.
Market 32040, get the lucky one around.
So yeah, we will be flying the L1011 as accurately and as historically as possible. I know a lot of people are going to be flying the L-1011 with cheats turned on. You know, various things in the tablet that you can turn on that make your life easier for you. But we're not going to be doing that on my YouTube channel. So.
Renders for arrival, Alexandria renders for arrival 26 left, American 2388.
Sorry, I think my network might be shitty. Get off a little bit.
Alexander United 2901, ready to pass the 268.
United 2901, verify squawk 7665.
Affirm squawking 76. Oh, 680 squawk now, United 2901.
United 2901, thank you, runway 26 for taxi at Charlie.
He's getting, you can hear him getting more sketchy on the frequency because we're getting further away.
JetBlue 27, should request final flight level 250.
JetBlue 272, roger, maintain flight level 250.
250, JetBlue 272.
Southwest 2764 at Preno, Zulu, runway 26 left approach.
Alright, yeah, Preno cleared ILS Zulu 26 left approach, Southwest 2674.
LA Center, November 240, Echo Golf, maintaining 15,000.
November 240, Echo Golf, LA Center, welcome, climb maintain flight level 290.
Climb maintain flight level 290, 240, Echo Golf.
FedEx 84 Heavy, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 right, FedEx 84 Heavy.
Los Angeles Center, good afternoon, United 624 with your flight level 370.
United 624, LA Center, welcome, squawk 5174.
5174, 626.
Los Angeles Center, good afternoon. United Airlines 643, calling from Las Vegas with request.
Good.
United 643 requesting IFR clearance to San Francisco.
Oh!
My bad, coming right through.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to pull that one there either. I guess
And November 3, Juliet Bravo.
if you wanted to pretend that you were
ATIS is now up.
cabin stewardess simulator,
Altimeter
you could
3000,
before landing on approach, you could come back here and
Juliet
lock
Bravo.
the toilets. But we're not gonna be that mean. There's the external view. You can see how thick the distance between the outside exterior window and the internal window is really quite thick for an aircraft like this. In fact, it appears that there is only one pane of glass, although I would like to think that in the 727 they had the dual glass pane technology back in those days, but it appears like
FedEx 84,
you've only got one pane of glass, which is a bit unsettling. But there is the beast itself.
Maintain flight level 260.
260 FedEx 84 Heavy.
And we are thundering along.
And Silver Speed 75, we're with you at 17 right.
There's that beautiful wing.
Silver speed 75, standby 1 will be just a sec.
Alright.
And what we're going to do is, on approach and landing in Denver, we're going to be turning on our flight control replay, I think that's what it's called, and recording the approach and touchdown and landing, and viewing it from various beautiful views, and getting the most out of the 727 look on approach and touchdown, which is going to be great. So
American 2388 Attenborough.
I watched a video by Mustafa and used the manual to cross-reference. He did mention it didn't work in early versions. Maybe they've accidentally reverted to an earlier release of the CIVA software. I wonder if they did. Mr. Anderson himself. I wonder if they did actually accidentally slip backwards, because they slipped backwards to a bug that I was having, you know, months and months and months and months ago with the CIVA-INS on the 727. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the bug fixing and the bug fixing of a developer tells you a lot about
Silver speed 75.
the quality of a developer, and I feel like FSS shoot themselves in the foot far too often by not handling bugs as efficiently, maybe, or as proactively as they could. And there have been a few mistakes they've ran into which have delayed things and made them come across as
ready to taxi
a little bit less than competent, shall we say? But you know.
November 3 Juliet Bravo, runway 25, taxi via Echo Alpha.
I mean, who am I to judge? So they've given us a beautiful product. So
runway 25 via Echo Alpha.
I would really love them to actually bring us a 707. I'd love to have a 707 to the same level of quality that they have this 727. And because there are many parts and systems in the 727 that were shared, that came forward from the 707,
United 624 descent.
I wondered if it was manageable for them, but I've not heard anything on that yet. So. We should be getting a handoff fairly soon.
Silver speed 75, runway 19 right.
From ATC.
1 hour clear for takeoff, silver speed 75.
Let's put 122 in standby.
Record 72, contact SoCal approach 128.05, yep.
108.05, so back in 7.
United 341, Denver's offline. Frequency change approved. You have a good rest of your flight.
Frequency change approved. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, United 341. That's it. Over to Unicom. And it's going to be quiet now. So actually, it's probably not a bad thing as we start to consider this star down into Denver. Denver being a very high altitude airport. Let's just take a quick look at the terrain we're passing over here. This is incredible terrain. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're coming down. We've got 51 minutes to arrival in Denver. So let's start prepping for Denver. Listen, I'm looking to add a jet rating to get me from Honolulu to San Francisco. Just can't make up my mind. I'm looking to add a jet rating to get me from Honolulu to San Francisco or Calax. Just can't make up my mind. Yeah, so a jet rating. Well, I guess the Delta airline VA would have a number of options for that length of route, I'm sure. 707 DC-8 Comet Convair 990 Lockheed L10. Yeah. So in your comment there, Mr. Anderson, I know personally of developers right now who are going to in the future or are in the middle of developing 1, 2, 3 of the aircraft on your list there. I know of a developer who has the DC-8 in his sights. I know of a developer who is in the middle of developing the de Havilland Comet 4B right now, and he's in a fairly advanced stage of it, and it's going to be amazing. And of course, Red Wings have the L10 the L1049 Super Constellation, that they are redeveloping to be native for 2024 with working tip tanks, finally. Because their 2020 version did not have working tip tanks, even though you could visually see the tip tanks on the wings, and you thought that you could get from Heathrow to JFK without stopping for fuel, and then you would get about 80% of the way and realize that you were going to run out of fuel. Yeah. So, I know of no one... well, actually, no, the 707 as well. No, there is a developer. Is it Iris Simulations? Working on the 707-320B, I think it is. They have a Discord channel with some pictures that look kind of cool. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 5 aircraft on your list I know are actually have a good chance of being seen in the sim at some point in the future. How long it will take, who knows? But they are being developed as we speak. Yeah. No, the future of flight sim is going to be very bright for flyers of vintage airliners. I mean, we've got the L1011-500, and INI builds have mentioned that if there is enough support, they might consider bringing the other variants of the L1011 to market as well, which would be amazing because there are so many airlines that used the earlier versions of the L1011 but didn't go down the route of the 500, which means there are so many airline liveries that we could be flying for on the L1011 that were for the longer fuselage body, shorter range variants, which I would really like to fly as well. And I would hope that if they developed the earlier versions of the L1011, they would put the CIVA-INS in those earlier variants, and rip out those GPSs. Get rid of them. But we've got the L1011-500 like in the next couple of days, which I'm super looking forward to. I'm going to be flying an absolute butt ton. We have the PMDG 747-100, which is going to be an absolutely phenomenal aircraft. I cannot wait for that. A true globe-trotting transcontinental machine. 3 CIVA-INSs developed by a very good developer who knows how to make something that's coded accurately. So I'm really looking forward to the triple CIVA-INSs from PMDG, and then the Just Flight A300B, the Just Flight A300B4, which is an earlier variant of the A300 than the INI build's A300-600. It's a steam gauge cockpit, three-man crew, it's a double CIVA-INS aircraft, and I'm really looking forward to. I'm actually hoping to help beta test that before it's released, so I should hopefully be a little bit more up on the A300B4 than most aircraft. So I did make it from Portland to Honolulu in the L1049 in 2020. Tomorrow I hope to do the Honolulu to LA. I want the jet because the 9-10 hours in the Connie hurts me these days. Yeah, tell me about it. I've done that. I've done that leg in the DC-6. I've done that leg in the Stratocruiser. I've done that leg in the 808 L049. What else have I done that leg in? I've done that leg in the DC-8, the Aerosoft DC-8. That's a fun aircraft. That, I tell you what, talk about high workload. The Aerosoft DC-8 with its dual, I think it was dual CIVA-INSs. That is a workload and a half. That aircraft was incredible workload to get that thing even up in the air. If you did everything as efficiently, I mean, I remember getting my workflow for that aircraft from cold and dark to takeoff. A little bit like it took an hour, a full hour of prep to go from cold and dark to takeoff for that aircraft. And that wasn't me going slowly. That was me having done that whole workflow, multiple times and getting it down and moving as efficiently as possible. and it still took me an hour. It's the most intensive aircraft I've ever flown. So let me see, what time is it? I might actually very quickly go and try and grab a cup of tea. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go grab a cup of tea before top of descent, because my throat is really starting to... And we've got no ATC to worry about, so... here we go. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, here we are. Rearrange things. Right. Back in the cockpit. How are we all doing? Okay, so we are not far away from things now. Dear me. So on a SimBrief flight plan, you can see Crud is the waypoint we're coming into now. And then our top of descent is just before Hickey. And then we go down the star. So if I pull up, here we have the FQF. Actually, let's right-click the FQF and let's go. Can we add? No. What we can do is we can go. What was it? Was it? It was 220, radial 220. So we right-click and go measure range and distance, and we go 220, and then we go how many miles? Hickey was 86.7. About there. Okay. And yeah, there you go. So that's there's Hickey right there, actually, and you can see the radial from Falcon, the Falcon radial coming in. That is what the chart is telling us, and along that radial, right at that point is very, very close to the actual GPS waypoint. But of course, we're not using GPS. We'll be using the old non-RNAV instrumentation, so that's we will be using a radial all the way into that VOR as our inbound course, and then the and then along that inbound radial, we'll be counting down the DME. So Hickey being 86.7 DME away from Falcon. And then as we come to Tero is 75.5 nautical miles away from Falcon. We need to be between 17,000 and 15,600. Right? We cannot be above 17,000 and we cannot be below 15.6 because of the high terrain. And then, yeah, so coming down, this is 23.2... Not sure what 23.2 means. But at Murph, we are distance 52.3 nautical miles away from Falcon. And we have a cross-check from Black Forest BRK VOR, which if we cross-check on nav2, the radial coming across of 278, that will match up with Murph along with the radial from Falcon. So if we have dual VOR needles, we should be able to match that position very, very accurately. I say should. Let me see. So we of course have our ADI needle, which is our nav1, but I don't believe we actually have a nav2. Well, no, that's just that ADI needle on the first officer side is just a replica of ours on the primary. I don't believe we actually have a needle for dual VOR, although we do have this gauge here. Let's see if I actually go plug in. Where is that VOR? Black Forest BRK. There it is. Black Forest BR cases. 12.5. If I put 12.5 in 12.5 in nav2, we should have a nav2 needle showing us the direct. So we could just look at the reciprocal radial for the on the nav2 frequency, and then gauge that reciprocal radial and say, right, we're on that radial as we're looking out the right-hand window, to help gauge for that as we come down the star. Yeah, so basically, as we're coming up to Murph, we can have on nav2, because we've tuned nav2 Black Forest. All we need is the reciprocal of 278, and on that gauge we can see the needle as it gradually swings, and we might get a DME off of nav2 as well, which will also be helpful. I think we do actually, somewhere, I can't remember. Yes, so First Officer DME 2. Yeah, is going to be that one. So once that's 41.7 nautical miles, we know we're bang on the Murph waypoint. All without GPS, so that's fun. So that, again, just to double check, that is in nav2. 12.5 is in nav2, and that should appear on DME 2. Whereas DME 1 should appear here. And this is where we'll get the needle for the VOR2 needle. Before we go any further, let's just work out the reciprocal of 278. I'm just going to Google it. The reciprocal radial for 278 is 098. I'm going to write that down on the text, my little text. 098 radial of, what was that, Black Forest. Okay, so we've got that noted down on our scratch pad, 098. So we'll be looking for the nav2 needle to be pointing down, the back end of the nav2 needle to be pointing at 098. That's, I think, the most accurate we can get on that fix. If everyone is mentally following my logic, I hope. But at least, I guess, I always like to try and fly where you have as much ATC as possible, because that would be realistic. But then at the same time, if you've got a controller who's kind of giving you radar vectors and he's throwing RNAV stars at you, you know, maybe that's just not what we actually need. So divine. Maybe that's where Beyond ATC is probably a better choice in most cases for a vintage flight like this, rather than a busy VATSIM sky. So we'll see. What a beautiful livery, though, this livery, and I like the L1011 United livery is essentially this. This on the L1011, so I do really look forward to getting my teeth into the position update functionality of the Lytton INSs on the L1011. And figuring out exactly what's realistic there and how that works. I've mentioned the hold. I've heard they've mentioned that the position update hold key is what you're supposed to use. I haven't really. I do actually need to read the manual on the Lytton INS before it launches, to be fair. So yeah. Reciprocal rule is +2, -2. So the reciprocal of 90 is +200 and then -20. Oh, wait, I see. Okay. 290, 87. Okay, okay. So that would be, let me see if I can do that in my head. 278. So plus 200 -20. So 278 is 478. So 478 -20 is... No. No, I've got that wrong. Or the reverse works too. -2 +2. So... Oh, I see. Yes, the reverse. So 278 reciprocal, -278 plus... Yeah, you've got it. Thank you, Classic Jet. Yeah. That makes sense. Because you're going the other... Yeah, it's another... Yeah, that plus 200 -20 doesn't work for one half of the compass, and that's why then you use the opposite calculation. I remember learning that years ago, but I've just gotten rusty, sadly. Oh. It's that perfect temperature. Just going to pause my microphone to cough. There we go. Still got a little bit of cold left. I hope my headset microphone sounds okay in Discord for you folks. I've added some effects to the OBS hardware settings, just to try and make the microphone sound better, because the default sound of the microphone is sadly a bit muffled. So I've tried to kind of clear up the microphone and make it sound a bit crisper for you all, which is more similar to the way my older microphone used to sound with my old headset. So here we are coming into Denver. You can see on VATSIM, there ain't much happening on VATSIM. Whereas when I left, we had fully staffed from departure to arrival, sadly, but such is life. Yeah, they're pumping. They're still pumping them out at LAX, but Denver seems to have gone offline. But that's okay. I mean, just gives us a bit more time to focus on what we want to focus on, rather than. See, it's got some hold points there. You've got a hold in there. Holding, actually, here's one thing. Flying a holding pattern in an aircraft that has no magenta line is a whole different ballgame. I need to practice that. One day soon, I actually need to make a video of me just practicing a holding pattern over and over and over again. Just sat in a holding pattern. Let's say 10,000 feet, 210 knots, 10,000 feet in a holding pattern around a VOR or around an INS waypoint or something like that. Just practicing and getting competent, so that if that happens to me on VATSIM, I can just, do it. So, right. Tell you what, the L1011 is going to open up far longer routes than an aircraft like this. You can be sure of that. So anyway, I don't know. Just let me see. Just before we actually get busy again, I'll just go back and show you guys again. For those of you who may not have seen when I was showing it to the viewers before. I have a little, I've been making something for the community that I'll share for free. It's a little, it's a Google Maps doc, basically, that has all of the airports, pins, all the ICAO codes of all the airports that are relevant. And if you scroll down on the left here, you have the different airlines for the specifically, this is specifically for the Inibuilds L1011 500. So if you click, if you show them, you can see all of the traditional historically verified routes that the L1011 500 used back in the day for United United. They all have the old flight numbers on them. So you can click on one and you can see, okay, that's RJAA to direct to KSFSO. That's San Francisco. And you can come in here and look at some of the details. Some of them are direct routes. Some of them are through routes. So, you know, some of them have multiple stops along the way, like the ones down to Manila. If I click on one here, like that, the line is quite thin. Yeah, so San Francisco to Tokyo to Manila. And then in quotes, the return sectors are UA 58 instead of UA 53, you see. And then I've done United, I've got TAP Portugal, which was a little bit more complicated there. You can see there's a fair amount more. And then Saudi Arabian has none. Royal Jordanian has an absolute shed load of stuff, which I never knew about, and I thought that's super cool. So I'm going to be doing some Royal Jordanian ops. And then, of course, Pan Am. I haven't added any of the Pan Am ones yet, but I hope to add more of that so that when the L1011 releases, I'll probably have in the show notes below the video a link to my Google Maps doc, and anyone can go and just look at those and pull up some. They say, you know, I want to fly the United your livery on the L1011 today. What kind of routes are there for that? Let's go and have a look. So. Sounds like we need multiple new series of procedures training for classic airliners. Yes, we do, and that's something that I am going to be passionately trying to push in the community. So watch my YouTube channel for future uploads on CIVA-INS operations, Lytton-INS procedures, how to fly. You know, how to do different workflows, how to fly approaches in the L1011 in these old classic airliners, in the A300B4, the Boeing 747-100. Those I'm only ever going to feature on my YouTube channel classic airliners, steam gauge, pre-GPS classic airliners, both jet and prop. And there's a whole backlist of videos I've done for years now, but most of them are all P3D related, and no one wants to watch old crappy P3D videos these days. With my old rig, you know, going at 15 FPS, you know. So, you know, this is the thing with the MSFS platform now is that the optimizations for modern hardware are so much better that I get far smoother performance in MSFS than I did with the same PC virtually in P3D. Well, I'm in the L1011 green Cathay livery, Singapore to Sydney. Probably not realistic, but I don't care. Good for you. Well, I as far as I'm aware, Cathay Pacific didn't fly the Dash 500. So the fact that Inibuilds has the Cathay Pacific livery on their upcoming aircraft is a fictional livery, essentially, for the 500 variant. So, and that's why I said to them, I wish on your livery manager you just had a little tag beside each one, like PMDG does, that immediately tells you, oh, is this a fictional livery or a historical livery? Or maybe a filter at the side where you can filter and say, I only want you to represent to me on the screen historical liveries or fictional liveries. And then it means you can very easily learn. You know, I've gone and I'm going to go and research everything to death. So, oh crap. Okay. Auto ATC. Okay. Denver Center advises cross LARCs at and maintain 17,000 at 250 knots. The Denver altimeter is 2908. No separation services provided. Okay, so that's an auto ATC prompt. Thank you. So that is LARCs at maintain 17,000. So LARCs is... Let's have a look. LARX is... Okay, there's LARX. Yeah. Turbojets expect... There you go. Turbojets expect at 250 knots, 17,000, or as assigned by ATC. So that's a hard point. That's a brick wall that we need to pay attention to at LARX. We haven't got to Hickey yet. Once we get to Hickey, we'll begin our descent just before Hickey, and then we will be monitoring very closely our speed and altitude constraints going down this star. So we've passed Crud, and now what we could do, we're inbound, actually let me just check, distance time, 60 nautical miles, no, 59 nautical miles to Hixie, and it's going to take us 6.6 minutes. That's distance time. So we've got to begin descent in about 5 minutes' time. So this is where the rubber hits the road, ladies and gentlemen. And we need to start thinking carefully about life. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to heading hold, actually. We're going to go heading hold. That's heading hold selected. Turn knob, heading hold select. Okay, so we're on heading hold. We're going to go over to VOR. Well, I mean, VOR is going to be... yeah, so there's the VOR. Oh, no, that's VOR 2. Oh, that's VOR 2. Okay. We want inbound radial of magnetic 220... it's 219, so it's, what's the inbound radial here? Let me go and have a check at the chart. That is 040. So we want to set 040 on our course selector, and let's just double check or triple check at this point. That is Falcon is 16.3 confirmed in nav 1. We don't have the range on that bad boy yet. Let's just double check what the range actually is in little nav map. Yeah, we're actually super close to it. We'll be crossing, probably the next time we look into the aircraft now, we'll see the nav 1 needle. Oh, there you go. There's the nav 1 needle. Okay, so we've got that VOR now. So, and we have now got the DME count out. Okay, so we're 129 nautical miles. And there is the DME count out for what was that? Black Forest. So that's really cool. That's really cool. We've got that sorted. So, and now, ladies and gents, begins. Let's have a look. 4.2 nautical miles. Okay, we could probably start descending now. What should we need to start descending down to, though? Let's see. Tero 17. Okay, yeah. So basically, LARX, we need to be down to 17,000 feet. So let's come down to 17,000 feet. Just sent you. It should be cool to have the vintage setting for traffic injection as well, being able to. Yeah, no, I've always wanted that, Anderson. Listener, I just sent you an SM in Discord with the routes that are showing for today for the L1011. That's routes, all Delta historic routes. Thank you, listener. I will add them into my thingy. Thank you. Right, I'm not going to look at chat anymore really at this point because I need to reset. Let's start this, down on the bad boy. Okay, 2,100 feet coming down. Should be a good start. Let's just pull back the speed to 250 indicated. And that, of course, is the auto throttle will be doing its work there. We are on the radial, pretty much. We're on heading hold still, like, believe it or not. We don't need to come out of heading hold in particular. I mean, we could go into nav track or nav lock if we want to, and we could follow that inbound radial and not have to think about it. But I mean, the wind is from directly behind us, so we're not really in any particular, you know, big issue going on here. So just looking at our, we are 108 nautical miles. Where is that? 108, so 86. We're going to be, okay, I can't, the fun thing is I don't actually have a position, even though whenever I press this button in Navigraph, I don't actually have a position for the aircraft on this chart. So all I'm doing is referencing this chart, and I'm not really referencing little little nav map here, because what's important is these DME waypoints. So we're at 103, 102 nautical miles now, and that is good. Coming down through 33,000 feet. So let's make some calculations in our brain now. So we have, so that's 100 nautical miles. We've got 86. We've got about 50 nautical miles to lose a whole butt ton. Well, don't have to lose 17,000 until LARCs, actually. Is that the hard limit? I think LARCs is actually the hard limit. Oh, no, I do actually just start to have the little icon there now. That's just popped up on the edge. So, LARCs, that's the hard limit, 17,000. At or, well, you need to pass it at 17,000, basically. I see, so, oh no, maybe, oh no, I see, maybe that's, I'm confused as to what the 16,200 is there and the 14,800 there, true, or T. You've got 15,440. That's the minimum safe altitude. That's what that must be. That's what that must be, the minimum safe altitude. Well, then why is there two? No. I'm not as familiar at reading these charts as I should be. But this is why I'm training myself to try and be better here, so... yeah, coming down. Okay, so we are 80... 87, 86. Yeah, there we go. 87. Okay, so we're right in the middle now. So we're coming right over Hickey right now. Okay, so we're coming down. The next waypoint is Tero at 75.5 nautical miles. And that's where they are saying I should be even further down. So really what I need to do is actually just begin descending. I'm going to see if I can descend 3,100 feet per minute. That'll really get us down quick. And auto throttle is managing our speed for us very nicely at holding at 250 indicated, which is what we were asked by the constraints. But look at those mountains there. I was gliding across these mountains the other day, and finding that very difficult. This is the sort of terrain I was gliding across recently. Actually, yeah, no, I just crossed the path. Actually, my gliding the other day was this dotted line here to the south of me, and I just crossed over that. So it's the same sort of neighborhood here. Anyway, I can't really talk and This is all happening very quickly. So 70, 75.5, right. Okay, we're just crossing Tero now. Next waypoint is Murph, which is where we want to have our cross-check on nav2, which is 41.7 nautical miles. So this is going to count down to 41.7 nautical miles. When we're at 41.7 nautical miles, we know that we're at Murph, which is also... So basically, we cross-check, and we look for 41.7 nautical miles on nav2, and on nav1 we have to look for 52.3 nautical miles. When we see those two numbers exactly, we know that we are exactly on Murph, and then we know we've only got about 10 nautical miles left until Larks, which is 17,000. So really, ideally, if we can hit 17,000 for Murph, then that gives us a bit of, yeah, coming down through 21,000, that's actually okay. I think we'll make that easily, he says. But do you imagine doing all of this while having ATC to deal with at the same time? Just gonna cough again. Excuse me. Okay. Looks like we can't quite maintain 250. Yeah, we're bottoming out on the throttles there. But they're asking for a speed of a max of 250 at Larks, not right where we are right now. So we do have the ability to overspeed that slightly before we get to Larks, which is coming up fairly quickly now. Okay, we're only about 20 nautical miles away from Larks. Okay, 18,000. Okay, so we can actually afford to level out. Yeah, 1,000 to go, outsell. So let's just level out to about 1,500 feet per minute descent rate. And that should stabilize our speed. And now what we're looking for is Murph. That's what we'll look for first. And you can see, actually, if you look down at the terrain, we're not that far away from the terrain here. Which shows just how high the terrain is that we're passing across. And the fact that this star has to be this high coming into Denver. Okay, so leveling at 17,000, which is what we wanted. And we're now stable at 250 knots. So the aircraft... The autopilot systems on board the aircraft are doing what they should. And let me see. I think... What is the next thing after 17,000? Let me have a look at this chart here. It doesn't really say. I want to say it's a maximum of 14,400 actually. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on our 41. Okay, so this is coming down to 42. So it's 41.7 nautical miles we're looking for here. And 52.3 nautical miles here. Yeah. 41.7. I'd call that right about there. That's probably right there. And 41.7. Okay, so we're just overhead Murph right now, which means we've got 10 nautical miles to run to Larks. And then actually at Larks, what I'll do is I'll go down to 14.4. There we go, 14.4. So we're holding 17,000 at the moment, and when we get to Larks, which is DME 41, which is again only like 8 miles away. So what we'll do now is we'll do another cross-check 15.4 on nav2. Okay, and we're going to be looking for a DME of... oh, that doesn't give us a DME. It just gives us a radial of 164. For paid. Okay, 164. What's the... Uh, uh, 344. Okay. Denver. Oh crap! Denver is actually super close to us now. Yeah. Okay, we're on Larks now. Yeah, 41. Okay, we just passed Larks. So let's head down now to. Let's continue to head down now. So now we're looking for paid, which is 27.1 nautical miles. And this is where we want to be down at 14.4. What we also want to do as we come down is we want to check what the... Oh, it's a 19 knot... Well, it's not 19. What we want to check is... Okay, so the airfield elevation is 5,300. So if we want to be 3,000 feet for the beginning of the glide, that's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about 8,400 feet. 1,000 to go. Outsell. Okay, so... Okay, coming down through 18,000 feet, we could go to local barometric pressure, which is 1012. I just set that myself. 10,000 feet is where we're going to put lights and packs. So 344 is the inbound radial for. So it's 3334, not quite yet. So, also, we want to be talking to ATC at some point soon. Well, not talking to ATC, but... Okay, so... A dude just came down. Okay, so I'm coming Larks 3. Denver traffic, United 341 is descending the Larks 3 arrival, descending through 14,400 feet. We'll take the southerly approach, Denver traffic. I'm going to say I'm going to take a runway. Let's just say I'm going to take 35 left. So we'll take 35. We'll agree to take 35 left. We've leveled at 14,000. So what we're going to do now is we are going to... Yep, so we're just passing 27 point... Yep, we're just passing paid. And huge. From huge, we're going to then pass... Yeah, we've just passed that there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go heading hold. I'm going to go heading hold now. Turn knob, heading hold, select, set. So we're on heading hold, and we're going to tune the ILS. We're going to tune the ILS for 3-1, correction, 3-5 left, which is 1085. set, and the localizer is going to be 353, which it is set. And we've actually got the glide in there as well already. Okay, so we need to get down to 8,000. Let's get down to 8,300. Okay, and here we go. We're on vectors. We're going to be vectoring ourselves on final approach from now on, because Denver is literally over there somewhere. It's not that far. So we might actually just slow down to 200 knots, pull speed brakes. There you go. There's a wing view for you guys. You can see we're already approaching the city limits of the Denver area. Massive area. Coming down through 240 knots. Let's just bring up the volumes for you guys because... Oh, one thing we could do as well, I must not forget, is to turn on our frame recorder. Let's actually do that. Let's not do that yet, because that's quite long. Okay, there's 10,000. Let's get the lights on.
Glide slope is alive.
Glide slope is alive. Let's get the tablet up. And let's start prepping for the approach. Go down to 180.
Beacon and logo lights set. Brake pressure checked. Altimeter is set to 1015.
Okay, we're below the glide, which is the most helpful thing. We've still got the speed brakes out.
Fuel heat off. Hydraulic pumps all on. 1,000 to go.
Okay, 1,000 to go.
Complete.
That's 9,000 feet. We'll be leveling off very soon here. We'll let the aircraft actually. Yeah, there you go. Let's let the aircraft level off by itself. There you go. And as it does so, we can then arm the approach. So let's arm the approach. Like so. We've got VOR lock and glide slope on red, but that is armed and ready to go. So let's get flaps 5. Okay, and then we'll call established on 3-5 left when we are almost matched up there. There you go, there's the turn. Half deflection, let's go gear down. And let's go flaps 20. What is it, K-Den? Flaps 30. QNH is 1016. Set EPR and bugs. Denver traffic United 341 is established, ILS 35 left.
Be advised the Denver CTAF frequency is 124.3.
124.3, thanks. And Denver traffic United 341 is established 35 left. 8 nautical miles. Okay, let's get the lights on. Let's go 30 knots, 30 inches of flap now, and let's get down to 120. And then we can bring the final approach checklist The landing checklist.
Checks. Flaps 30 set. Ignition set to continuous.
There's no auto brake in the Dash 100 variant of the 727. Okay, folks, here we go. Wish me luck. I'm not going to look at chat or anything until... Okay, so let's... Okay. My aircraft. Oh, I can feel the wind. Yeah, we have a left crosswind here. No, we don't. Sorry, we have a slight tailwind, actually. We're a little bit fast still. I'm using my fast-slow cues there on the PFD. But we're on glide and we're on localizer, so I'm happy. Just trimming a little bit more. And hand flying the 727-100 is an absolute pleasure. This thing hand flies so beautifully. It's responsive, it's clean, it feels like a little sports car, but it still feels like it has the weight of an airliner, an old steel airliner behind it, which is such a beautiful, beautiful feeling. It really hand flies very, very nicely. I feel like I can put it where I want it, which is great. So here we go. Yep, on speed, on glide, all good.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Idle. Ooh! Oh, that was good. Okay, speed brakes out. Oh no, I didn't do the flight control replay. Oh crap, because that was such a good landing. No. Gutted. Oh no. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh crap. After landing checklist.
After landing checks.
Oh, that's horrible. Ah, but it was such a good live stream. Really, really, really good. Okay.
Landing and strobe lights are off. Taxi lights are on.
Denver traffic, United 341 has vacated 35 left. Denver traffic. Okay, now it's all about just finding a gate.
Anti-skid off.
Let's pull off, make sure strobe is off as we pass the line.
Elevator trim is set to neutral.
And welcome to Denver. I really enjoyed that. That was a fantastic approach. I feel like I just kissed the runway there. Let me just check what Volanta tells me. My negative 278 feet per minute. I'll take that. I felt like that was an absolute beautiful landing. I think we did a good job at prepping for that star. And even with the prep that we did for that star and getting down, I still feel like the turn on the final approach onto that localizer hits you so much quicker than you expect. I think the reason is because you're up at like 18,000 feet. You don't think you're going to land in a few minutes, but it's because the ground is at 5,000 feet in the air. The end of the glide slope is at 8,000 feet, and so you're only needing to descend to 8,000 feet. It gives you this false impression that you know you've got tons of time. You're still at 17,000 feet, but then all of a sudden you look at the geography and you're like, oh crap, the airport's just over there. So that's an interesting one at Denver. But there we go, folks. I hope you really enjoyed that live stream. Nice little live stream. A little bit of ATC at the beginning, and it was quiet towards the end, which gave us time to think and just to, plan and take things at our own speed. And I will definitely have to be doing more 727 content. And oh, there's another aircraft landing on the other side. Look at that. Cool. My only one regret is that I didn't press that flight control replay button, because I really would have loved to have seen that approach. I felt like I really nailed that flare, and it just kissed. I'm gonna have to watch the live stream back, but yeah, just cruising in, and it's such a beautiful little regional vintage airliner. It sits very nicely in between the F-28 and anything bigger. Of course, the F-28 doesn't have any INS navigation; it only does VOR to VOR, so it's more of a short regional carrier. The 727-100 and 200 is the next step up in the vintage airliner scene, and then you would probably go up to the A300B4 when that comes out. That would be a bit of a longer. You can squeeze some fairly long trips out of the A300B4. And then after the A300B4, it's probably the L1011-500 is in terms of range and capability is probably the next one up. And then of course the king to crown all other kings, or should I say the queen to crown all other queens, will be of course the PMDG 747-100 and the range that bad boy has. Actually, I need to compare the range between the L1011-500 and the 747-100 before we leave the live stream. Let's just pull up on stand. There we go. Whack on the brakes, and because the after landing checklist has already been done by the first officer, the APU is running. We can take the engines off now, and make sure that all of our settings. Take the beacon off. Take the logo off. Packs can come off, and let's get the.
This parking is too small for your.
Oh,
aircraft.
silence you. Let's request.
Requested.
Do we have United? Yes. Let's go United 1970 this time. Yeah, you see we've got like rain effects on the tarmac. I quite like that. Let's go securing cockpit. Check. Pause track IR, and go and have a look at what goes on. Okay, so while our things are getting sorted, let's just go and compare what is the range of the L1011-500 versus the Boeing 747-100. Let's have a look. Let's just pause. Just turn off that so I can hear myself. Okay, so the Lockheed L1011-500 range is typically cited between 5,300 nautical miles and 6,100 nautical miles. The Boeing 747-100 range is typically around 4,620 to 5,300 nautical miles. Okay, so actually, interestingly, look at that. The range of the L1011 is actually slightly more than the 747-100. But of course, the big difference is that the 747-100 goes that length with significantly more passengers and cargo than the L1011-500 would. That's the difference. That's the huge trade-off. So in my research so far, I've kind of learned that the airlines would use an L1011-500 on the long routes that the 747-100 could do, but only on those routes that didn't need the capacity of the 747-100. So airlines that were doing narrower volume or less volume routes, but still wanted the range, that's where an L1011-500 came in. But you couldn't haul the pure weight and cargo that distance unless you had the 747-100, of course. So that's an interesting comparison. Actually, I didn't really appreciate just how far the L1011-500 is actually supposed to go, which is pretty prolific. So can't wait to get it in the sim. Like I say, super looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to that ever since they announced it, like nobody's business. And anyway, folks, I hope you really enjoyed that. I see Denver International. Yes, the baggage is coming off. APU is on. So you see the heat blur for the APU is now looking correct in terms of the speed of the heat distortion. But when you're at cruise speed in an airliner, the heat distortion, that ain't, yes I do, that ain't fooling anyone in terms of the speed of that heat distortion. So Denver is massive. Check this out. It's just, Denver is colossal. We need to fly this with Beyond ATC, where we have, you know, the entirety of the airport pretty much packed out. That would be fun. Okay, we've got some Southwests over there. One pushing back, one taxiing in. That's cool. And anything else? Not really. It's pretty quiet. See, this is the thing with VATSIM, guys. You know, even when there is VATSIM traffic around, there's only like 3 or 4 or 5 movements on average. Oh, there's someone landing there. Oh, it's a United Airbus. Okay. Yeah. So I think with Beyond ATC, I think that probably would suit us better, probably on average, because you can be assured of getting full coverage of ATC. Okay, it's a bit janky at times, but you know it will get better. So. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that live stream, and I super look forward to the L1011 coming out. I also have planned in the works a Sky Simulations DC9 video, because the dev for the SkySims DC9 is still working on patching it. He says there's a patch coming out soon for it, if it's not already out. So I'm going to do a video on that, and of course covering the L1011 when it launches, and yeah, just all of the above. This is some really good solid traditional airliners coming out for the sim these days. That are you using a Stapleton scenery or the modern Denver International? A Stapleton scenery? I don't know what a Stapleton scenery is, but I think this is the payware. I think this is the old Flightbeam. I got this a while back, this scenery for Denver. This is I think the old Flightbeam scenery for 2020 and 2024. I think that's what this is. Vale Pass on I-70 west of Denver is 10,666, and the peaks around are wow, that's high. Yeah, I have DC9 and MD88 ratings, and there are models of those that there's the Cancer 2,300 miles, which is why I want a different rating. So there is no room for a go around on that range. Yeah, that makes a good sense there, listener. You need something with a bit longer legs. Sounds like you need to transition into the L1011, or the DC. Or well, not the DC10, but I mean the MD11. Who is it? TFDI MD11. But I don't know. That might be a bit too modern for you, for your eclectic taste. Yes. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to call it there because it's already almost 10:30. And the wife and Babby are at home, so I should call it an evening. Super enjoyed that. That Dash 100 is just you can't stop looking at that thing. It just looks beautiful. Right. Off with VPilot. I wish I'd used flight control replay. I'm gonna definitely have to use flight control replay on every approach I do, because I see there's that American live streamer does it, and every time he does it, I think, oh, that's a really cool idea. I need to do that as well. So anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed that, and I will catch you soon.